Good evening, guys. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Vexed here again, and we are back with our League 3 races for the Ultimate Racing League's, I believe it's a Super Touring series now. It was the BTCC Replica Championship, wasn't it? But now it's changed to the Super Formula. Obviously, I've given you a rundown on the format before. Obviously, it is is it Group 3? I think it is Group 3 cars, two 30-minute, well, no, it's a 20-minute race, isn't there, the first one, and then there's a 30-minute race in the second race. This is the grid after qualifying. We've got Alba is on pole. Toten is there in second place. We've got Wacky Racer, he's in third. Smoky Tom is in fourth. Smith is in fifth. Boy Boosted is in sixth. Brody is seventh. Firepower is eighth. Graham is in ninth. Stealth is 10th, Potsy is in 11th, and Max bringing up the rear in 12th. So we're missing a couple of drivers here this week, but without further ado, let's get into it. And they are off. The klaxon has sounded. Looked like somebody in the background getting quite a good getaway there. One of the other Corvettes, I think it was Scotty Boy Boosted. So Wacky Racer, he's neck and neck at the moment with Toten. He's going to try and take that inside line. Toten's holding it around the outside though. He's done it really well. Oh, he dipped a wheel onto the grass there. Obviously, we are at Road Atlanta Michelin Raceway today. And Alba has taken away on pole, and he's starting to try and extend that gap, as he always does. Toten trying to stick with him, though. And Whack not too far behind as well. Smoky Tom, he's up to fourth place in that Citroen. That thing has been quick, hasn't it, this season? I wasn't too sure that it was going to be the greatest of race cars, but it is proving to be very competitive at the moment. Him and Firepower, obviously the teammates. And we've got Boy Boosted and Smith. I'm not sure what Boy Boosted got that penalty for, but it is going to cost him. I'm not sure if it was contact. Oh, Smoky Tommy goes off up ahead. He's going to lose that fourth place. Boy Boosted is going to get past him, but as he serves that penalty, he's going to lose that position again, isn't he? In fact, Firepower looking like he's going for a move on his teammate. Boy Boosted just staying in the middle of the track. I mean, I probably would have moved over to try and let the other guys through, but he was in a little bit of a sandwich there, wasn't he? He had the two Citroens either side of him, so a little bit dead in the water, so to speak. So Smoky Tom, he moved back up to fourth, but Brody's now taking that fourth place away from him. And we are seeing some lobby stability issues again this week. The lobbies do still seem to be quite unstable, and Firepower, he's managing to fend off Smith and who else is that? Boosted, sorry, Smith and Boosted. He's managed to fend them off, but no, Smith's actually gone through. I think Boosted's going to get through as well. So Firepower looking like he's struggling a tiny bit at the moment. Maybe not getting the practice in this week on this track. Stealth, he's starting to catch up to him now in the Supra. He's closed right up onto the back of Firepower now as Stealth. Saw Firepower with a bit of a slide there. Managing to hold it though. Good save there. I'm sure if Stealth had a horn, he'd be beeping it right now. That was the wrong... That wasn't a horn, but you get the idea. Max is up to 10th place. He's got a 0.5 second penalty, so he is going to end up... Is he going to lose that place? I'm not sure he is. Yeah, he has. He's lost it to Potsy, so Potsy's managed to go through. Potsy was hot on his heels, wasn't he? Obviously the two teammates there in the Mercedes. In fact, no, I think these are GT4s, GR4s. And Graham in the Jag. All the way at the back of the field now. A little way off the back as well. A little bit of work to do to get back into the race, but I'm sure he'll be getting his head down and he'll be getting back into it as well as he can. Meanwhile, Alba, he has managed to create a bit of a gap now, hasn't he? He's actually got the current fastest lap for 124.4. I'd just like to say as well, thank you to all the viewers for coming along and watching the videos. Obviously, if you do enjoy them, if you leave a like and a sub, that helps the channel. Up to 107 subscribers now, still a little way off from from what we'd like to be at, but we're getting there slowly. Only 10 years into it. Obviously, before I wasn't doing the commentary, I was just putting up videos, but I think everyone's liking the commentary, so we shall carry on with them. I look like Albert. It looked like he maybe was going into the pit, but obviously being a sprint race, they shouldn't be having to pit in this race. Only a 20-minute race, this one, and he sets the fastest lap again of a 1:24.1. We'll go on board with Toten for a minute. He's being chased down by Whack. Actually, these guys, the top three, they've managed to break away from the rest of the pack now. Toten setting 125s. 125.036 is his fastest, so not too far off of Alba's pace, but there is definitely well, it's less than a second in it. Wacky racer. He looked like he crept up onto the back of Toten, but he's starting to lose him again slightly. Looks like he's sporting Ted on the back of his car. Smoky Tom's still in for 4th place, so he had that moment, didn't he? But managing to still hold on to it. He has got Smith right on his heels, though. Smith in the Supra there. Brody looking like he may be sizing up a move down the inside. I don't think he's going to be close enough this time round. And he's not. It looked like Smith closed up onto the back of Graham there, though, didn't it? Smokey, sorry. Looked like Smith. Oh, as Brody, he's actually managed to get onto the back of Smith again, so he's carried more speed through that final turn. Coming into turn 1 now. He's going to have a look up the inside, and he does. Later on the brakes, but is that going to compromise him for this next sector? No, not quite, so he's managing to hold it for the minute. Smith's still right there with him, though. He's actually picked up a 0.5 second penalty. That's unlucky there for Smith. Obviously testing the track limits in his efforts to try and keep up with Brody. Brody now firmly onto the back of Smoky Tom. Got to say though, Smoky Tom is looking good in that Citroen at the moment, isn't he? He's pulled out some decent results this season in this. It's an awesome looking car. Definitely stands out from the rest of the field, doesn't it? I think he's definitely taken some styling notes from the Lamborghini, possibly. Looks like a bit of a mash-up between a Lamborghini and a McLaren, if you ask me. So Smith, he's there in 6th place. Got Boy Boosted and Firepower now trying to come back, and he's going to try and take that 7th place away from Boosted, but not quite close enough on turn 1. I think that's 2 and 3, they've just come round there. That would be 4. This next one, or 5 and 6, I believe. It's kind of a kink, isn't it? Kind of an S, so I'd say that was 2 corners. So Firepower, he's up to 8th place. We've got Potsy. Potsy's up to 9th. Oh, as he actually picks up a penalty there. Dipping 2 wheels onto the grass slightly. The game deemed him to be cutting the corner, although that wasn't quite the case. I think he was just a little bit out of shape, but that was unfortunate to pick that penalty up. That is going to bring his teammate back into it, Max, who is sat not quite comfortably with him at the moment, it looks like. So Max having a bit of a better outing this week. He's had a bit of a shocker, hasn't he, the last couple of rounds, but currently up to 10th place. He may get that 9th place away from his teammate, although I don't think he's quite close enough. I know he's not, but he may have the momentum coming down to this final chicane. So he has dropped off a little bit now, but still nicely ahead of Stealth. He's got a nice bit of breathing space, so he's just got to concentrate on keeping it on the track. Here's Stealth. I think Stealth's feeling the injury that he received from the breaking of the Easter egg. Currently sat in 11th, which isn't too bad. Nearly in the top 10. You see the two Mercedes not too far ahead of him. They have got a couple of second gap over him, but I'm sure he'll be doing his utmost to reel him in. Graham having a bit of a mare again this week, isn't he? His teammate Brody definitely bringing home the points this week. Well, in this race, maybe Graham, he fancies the reverse grid. As it stands at the moment, he will be on pole. So you never know, he might be able to pull one out of the bag from pole. Obviously the reverse grid does shake it up a little bit, doesn't it? Meanwhile, Albert putting in consistent 24s. His first lap's a 130, and then every lap after that has been a 124. Just over 10 minutes into this race, 10 and a half minutes in, so that's halfway into this 20-minute sprint race. And he hasn't got to work now, as he's just going to keep it consistent. Try not to pick up any penalties. I think that was close there on that last right-hander. Just see Toten coming over the brow of the hill behind him, followed by Wacky Racer. There he is, Toten. So Wack, he's still managing to stick with Toten, hasn't he? Toten hasn't extended that gap as much as I think he would have liked to. He has got a healthy lead though, so not having to worry about going too defensive just yet. I'm sure he's just going to be trying to keep consistent. Obviously Gabor, currently the 4-time Friday night champ. Or is it a 3-time? I know he definitely won the Alphas, didn't he? He won the GT2, Flash's GT2 thing, and he just won the Super Formulas. I'm sure there was another one as well that escapes me. Wacky Racer, still trying to stick with Toten. He's doing well at the moment. Obviously, he's not having to worry about defending as well. Toten actually picking up a 0.5 second penalty. That's going to possibly bring Wack back into this. I think he's going to be trying to close that gap. Try and get an easy overtake as Toten serves that penalty. Looking like Toten maybe a little bit on the back foot at the moment, actually. It does look like Wack has got a momentum. I think he might manage to just get past him. And he is going to have the momentum, isn't he? Coming down to the bus stop. Toten's going to have to start going defensive, but he hasn't. He hasn't got the momentum to do so, so thinking better of it, he's going to survive and fight again. Yeah, sticking right with Wack. You can see him hanging off his bumper there. Has he picked up another? No, he hasn't. I thought the ball maybe picking up another penalty there, but he's keeping it clean, isn't he? He's going to have another go at Wack soon. I can feel it. I can feel it coming. He closes up on turn 1. Coming up through the uphill sector. They go up the hill, back down again through the windies. Through the S's. There's not a lot in it, is there, between these two? But it does look like, oh, so Smokey Tom actually dropping to 6th place now. Smith has managed to get through to 4th place. We're going to have to go back on board with Toten and Wack in a minute. I do think we are going to see that move come. So yeah, still not close enough. Is it going to come down to the final chicane? So yeah, he's currently not quite close enough. Whack not having to go defensive. He's not having to cover off that inside. Toten's just going to stick with him again for another lap. Smith, he's starting to close the gap somewhat though. If them two do keep fighting, that might bring Smith into the top three. He might be able to challenge for the top three. Brody, oh no, Brody, he's had a moment, I think Smokey, oh, he's managed to keep it out of the way of Smokey Tom. That was unlucky there from Brody. Smokey Tom moving through easily to 5th place. There he is. His last lap, no, his last lap was a 1:25, wasn't it? But lap 8 was a 1:24.7 from Smokey Tom, so trying to make his way back up through the field. Obviously he was sat in 4th place, wasn't he? He was doing really well and he must have had a moment somewhere. Smith managed to get through. There he is, Smith's up the road there. Smokey Tom just coming through the S's. Currently in 5th place, we've got Brody. Brody had a moment, didn't he? Oh no. Dipping some wheels on again. Oh, Firepower. Firepower's managed to get past Boosted. Is he going to be able to get past Brody as well? He's looking quite strong at the moment, his Firepower. He has looked quite strong so far in the first 2 rounds that we've had. Obviously, this being round 3. It does look like Brody. He's starting to struggle a little bit, possibly. Firepower is firmly within his slip right now. Brody's having to cover off that inside early. He knows that Firepower's got the momentum. He's come back over to take the race in line. So managing to stay ahead for the meantime. In fact, it looks like... Is that a bit of damage on the front? No, I don't think it is. I thought I could see a bit of damage on the front of Firepower's car, but I think my eyes deceived me. I think that was just a livery, or livery, however you want to say it. So Firepower still trying to chase down Brody in 6th place. Firepower's currently 7th. We got Boosted quite a way off the back of them guys now in 8th place. He was up to 7th, wasn't he? He was looking pretty quick. I don't know what happened to him, but he's lost that position to Firepower. Now finding himself down in 8th place. They are on lap 12. Oh, Brody's actually stolen the fastest lap for 1:24.1. And he is up to 6th place. Potsy's still currently in 9th. Where's his teammate gone? So Max has dropped off the back of him now. I think Max must have had a moment trying to stick with Potsy. Stealth has gone through to 10th place. He's actually not too far off the back of Potsy now. Graham, he's up to 11th. So he's got past Max. Where is Max? Max is here in 12th. So yeah, Max must have had a big moment somewhere. He has a slight one there. Taking a bit too much of that apex. Not slapped him with a penalty there though, so that was lucky. See, the car does look a little bit twitchy, doesn't it? I think that is definitely... Obviously, we've seen it from a lot of the cars, haven't we? Always seems to be after they bring out the latest update, the stability in the lobbies goes down again. Does seem like they're trying to get out more content as opposed to quality of life updates. But Alba, he's got a huge gap now, hasn't he? So still not managing to, I mean, the second and third still not managing to creep up onto the back of him. He's managed to pull a gap again. Just going to keep it consistent now. We can see he's suffering with a little bit of tyre wear now, but he's only got 2 minutes to go, just under, so looking like he's got this one sewn up at the moment. He's been on a charge, hasn't he, this season? I did suspect he would be charging up through the leagues, but at the moment, looking like Albor is definitely going to get promoted again, isn't he? Up to League 2. Wacky Racer, he's still managing to keep that 2nd place from Toten. Obviously, Toten picking up that 0.5 second penalty, didn't he? And that cost him. Wack managing to get through. Toten still not managing to find his way back past him. He's not dropped off the back of him though, has he? So it seems like the roles have been reversed somewhat here. Wack taking up the second place, Toten chasing him in third. We'll have a quick rundown through the pack as we are on the last minute of this race now. So we've got Alba, followed by Wacky Racer in second place. We got Toten in third place. We got Smith, he's there in fourth. Smoky Tom is fifth. Brody is in sixth. Firepower, he's dropped a little bit off the back of him now, hasn't he? But he's still in seventh currently, so... In fact, he's got a nice gap, hasn't he, to the rest of the field, so he should surely finish in seventh place. We've got Potsy up to 8th. Stealth, 9th. He's picked up a huge penalty there, though. Boosted, down to 10th. Graham, 11th. Max, 12th. And I think, yeah, Alba's actually on another lap, so I think he's going to get to do a victory lap. I think that is going to be the final lap for some of these guys though. Or is this, have they changed it again? Okay, so maybe this wasn't a 20-minute sprint race after all. Perhaps this is a 30-minute race as well. A Stealth. He's up to 9th, but he is going to lose that position, isn't he? I'm sure. In fact, no, he might not. It looked like Boosted actually having another moment there. I think he had another spin, dropping to 11th place. So he was looking fast, wasn't he? I think he's definitely struggling now. I'm not sure why. Perhaps the tyre wear. Max looking really slow at the moment. He's starting to get blue flagged as well. You can see Alba creeping up onto the back of him. He's just over the crest of the hill. Yeah, Max is... he's not causing an issue at the moment, but he will have to get out of the way of Alba soon. So yeah, I thought it was a 20-minute sprint race and a 30-minute race, but it looks like it is definitely 2 30-minute races currently. So another 9 minutes left of this race. Oh, as I think Max actually just ditched it onto the grass there. Staying well out of the way of Alba, who is still on a bit of a charge, it has to be said. Even on them dying tyres, that front left is starting to scream for dear life now, isn't it? Wacky Racer, still currently second place. He's actually managed to create a bit more of a gap now to Toten, so... Perhaps he thought it was a 20-minute race as well, and he started to get the pedal to the metal. Lap 14 for him, which was only 2 laps ago. He's on lap 16 now. Lap 14 was a 124.5, which seems to be the standard around here this evening. Toten not managing to get back past Wack now. He's actually kind of dropped off the back of him as well, hasn't he? So Wack doing really well to extend that gap. Toten doing his utmost to stay with him though. He's trying to... Well, I think he'll go for an attempt towards the end, but obviously he's not close enough at the moment, is he? And perhaps he is starting to suffer with the tyres somewhat as well. Looked like he did suffer with a little bit of understeer, didn't it? Through that turn 1. So maybe managing his tyres now somewhat. Smith, he hasn't managed to bridge that gap, has he? So he's still currently in 4th place, but he's also not being challenged by anyone. Smoky Tom back up to 5th, but not managing to eat into that gap. He's actually picked up a 0.5 second penalty, but Brody's a little way behind him now, so not having to worry about losing that momentum to Brody. Firepower up to 6th place, so he's actually managed to get past Brody. I don't know if Brody's had another moment. He's there in 7th place. So perhaps he is starting to suffer a little bit with the tyre wear in that Jag. Not too sure. He's still currently got the fastest lap for 1:24.1, but that was lap 8, so a few laps ago now. Potsy's in 8th. He looks like he's coming up to lap his teammate as well, so Max is going really slow now. I think he's got some mechanical issues with that car. I think they'll be getting into the pits and going over with a fine-tooth comb to try and work out what the issue is. Stealth. Currently in 9th. He was in 11th, wasn't he? So making up 2 positions. So doing all right now. He's in the top 10, isn't he? So I think he'll be happy. Obviously, he's got 5 minutes to try and catch up to Potsy. Obviously, if Potsy puts a foot wrong, that might be another position that Stealth will be able to make up there. Boosted, he's back up to 10th. He dropped to 11th, hadn't he? But managed to get back past Graham now, I think. Graham slowing down there to let one of the front field runners get past him. It was Smokey currently in 5th, so Smokey's come round to lap Graham, who's in 11th. Still ahead of Max though. Max is all the way down in 12th place. It's looking like he is really struggling again this evening. He looked quite strong, didn't he, to start off with? He was having a good race to start off with. He was sticking with his teammate, but I think there's definitely something going on with that car. Just doesn't look like it's got any pace in it. Alba still currently out in 1st place. Coming up to 3 minutes left of this race. But he's had a bit of a dominating race again, hasn't he, this evening? He had a great season, didn't he? Last season he was in the GTR in League 4. Now in League 3, he's in the Genesis. Absolutely flying again though is Alba. I'm not sure anyone will be able to stop him. Not until he gets up to League 2 or 3. League 2 or 1, sorry. I don't think it'll be long before he reaches League 1. It has to be said. Whack. Still there in 2nd place. First sight is way out of sight now. Unless the engine blows up on Alba's car, he has a massive off and struggles to rejoin the track. First place definitely is going to be off for Whack. But I think he'll be happy with 2nd. I think he's doing well at the moment, isn't he, in the standings? I think possibly 2nd in the standings. I will have to check and confirm. As we are coming into the closing stages of this race. I'll try and confirm quickly. I didn't swear then, honest. Three. So in fact, currently, Alba is in first place with 114 points. Toten is in second place with 101. And Brody is in third with 86. So Wacky Racer, he's actually down in seventh currently. So looking like he's trying to make up for lost time. Obviously only on the third round, so he's got a few rounds to try and get back up there. Toten down in third currently. Currently sat in second in the championship. Doing his utmost though, isn't he? Oh, final lap. So yeah, them three have managed to get through. Smith is going to finish in fourth place. Smoky Tom, he's going to bring it home in fifth. Fifth place finish for him. Firepower, great result there for Firepower. So the Citroens actually managing to come in fifth and sixth. Great racing from them lads. Brody, he's going to bring it home in seventh. We got Potsy. Potsy's surely going to bring it home in eighth. Hopefully we'll be able to see these guys come across the line. I'm going to have to quickly flick through though, aren't I, to the front three. Come on, Potsy. Get your boot down, son. So we've got Potsy, he's going to finish in 8th place. We've got Stealth, is going to finish in 9th. Boosted is 10th. Graham is 11th. Max is 12th. Here's your race leader and the winner who's taking the checkered flag. It's Alba. Great racing there from Alba. Absolutely dominating that race. Wacky Racer, he's there in 2nd place. Good race from him. Toten getting a little bit held up at the end there by Scotty Boy, but he's finished in 3rd. So that was your top 3, Alba, Wack and Toten. That was race 1, guys. I hope you enjoyed that one. I will see you for the next one. I've been your boy Vex. Good night.